Hello everyone, today I am reviewing Simple Analytics, a cookieless analytics solution that might be a valid alternative to Google Analytics 4. Let's take a look. First, I want to talk a little bit about the company, and one thing that really stands out is that they're building in public, so they're not only making their roadmap public, but even their revenue data. It's really amazing to see companies doing that. You might not care from a product perspective. However, this level of transparency into how they're building and shaping the product, to me, is a nice touch and brings a little bit of added value when it comes to choosing a solution versus the other, because you know what to expect and you know who's behind it and you know what they're going to work on next and how the platform will evolve in the future. However, enough about that. Let's take a look at the product. This is what their dashboard looks like. You have all of the main analytics metrics that you would expect. So country level data or location data, browser data, devices, pages, referrals. You have a goals view. It's very easy to set up new goals or new conversion events. For instance, hypothetically, if I wanted to have visits from Google to be a goal, nobody would, but let's just do that as an example. You would just click here and you would have this view, which is retroactive. So you have like the data since you started collecting it, not starting from when you set it up as a goal. And then you can make some of these goals conversions and set up things that way. I haven't done it in this case because on this website there's really no conversion funnel yet. So that's just isn't there, but it's pretty straightforward to set things up. Same if you go on events. Right now you cannot see these. However, that's something that you can very easily set up within the platform. You can export data, you can leave annotations, which is a very nice feature. I love that in Universal Analytics. I believe they dropped it in GA4, and this is something really nice to keep track of what is happening on your website over time. When you redesign your homepage, 1 year later, you're gonna forget when you did it. So annotations is a great, nice little feature. Of course, everything is also filterable, as you can see here. So you can just apply filters kind of automatically by selecting the different metrics, let's say, and remove filters this way. Now, to be honest, I don't love the UI too much. It feels a little bit like all packed into one small slot right here. I think the way filters work is really good. However, yeah, the UI I think is not as good as some other solutions that are out there, which tend to make the different modules a little bit more visible, like a little bit more standalone, like different sections for different things. This is all a little bit cramped out all in one place. However, it's still maybe for some people easier to use, and it's definitely quite the learning curve is almost non-existing. So you land on it, you know what everything is. The naming is very straightforward, so you can collect data right away and have everything in one view. Now, I think this can be a decent solution for companies or website owners that don't have like particularly advanced tracking needs. I wouldn't personally advise any of my customer to switch to Simple Analytics. My customers are in B2B SaaS. However, I think there is a use case for personal projects, personal websites, maybe small agencies that just want to track basic user behavior on their website, and of course, institutions or kind of websites that don't really have commercial purposes, where you don't need to really worry about conversion journeys, funnel analysis, things like that. You really just want to understand how users are engaging with your website and what is happening over there. So the main reason, in my opinion, to choose Simple Analytics is privacy and compliance. So it's cookieless. You don't need a cookie banner. It's the data is hosted in the EU. So you're kind of covered on almost everything compliance related. This is the same for other analytics solutions. However, if you're switching from GA4 or Adobe or something else, this would be a no-brainer when it comes to the the legal and compliance aspect of it. So that's kind of the main reason to choose it. And as their brand suggests, it's very simple. So you don't need to be necessarily a marketer or a data person to use the product. You you don't need any marketing skills. You just, if you want to look at how your website is performing and you're not as tech savvy, this works great because you land on it, you understand everything right away. So let's take a look at pricing. So Simple Analytics starts at $21. However, that's for up to 10,000 sessions. So one thing I kind of really dislike is when the starting tier is maybe very low, but the number of page views you can collect is incredibly low. Keep in mind, this is page views. This is not unique users. So if each user visits 5 pages on your website, you would hit 10K with only 2,000 users a month, which is less than what most websites have. So I really appreciate that they start with a very generous tier, even if it's a little bit more expensive than maybe the starting point for others. However, when you compare within those thresholds, it's actually a very price competitive solution. So you get 1 million page views for $65, which is in line with some of the competitors, cheaper than many other competitors. So it never gets particularly expensive, even if you have mid or high traffic website. And one little thing that I forgot to mention is that you can also pay your subscription in Bitcoins. In that case, you need to commit to a yearly plan, and I think there is a 10% commission fee because they need to process those Bitcoin payments manually. However, that's also something that says a lot about how they want to develop the platform. They want to keep it very open, and they're even willing to put in a little bit of manual work to accept Bitcoins. I think that's really nice. So to sum it up, if what you care about is privacy and compliance and having a very easy to use solution, Simple Analytics might be a really good choice for you. Me, myself, I don't love the user interface, so I don't think I would go for this tool. However, other people might like it and it might work really well for them. However, what I like a lot is how their team is developing the product, how open they are about it. So I think that's also a small thing to consider. Product-wise, there is definitely a use case for a lot of small and mid-sized websites that just want easy, out-of-the-box, privacy-friendly solution. So I think that's what they're going for. I don't think they're trying to replace Google Analytics for the more advanced use cases. And yeah, that's their market. I think it's a valid option for that segment. If you value simplicity and want a solution that is privacy friendly out of the box, Simple Analytics might be a really good choice for you. As I said, I don't particularly love the UI. However, that's a personal preference. Some people might like it very much. And they're really building a community around this product. They're very transparent about how they're developing it. So if you don't have a particularly complex use case, I think this is a good choice. Me personally, I would probably pick a different tool. However, there is a space in the market for Simple Analytics, and ultimately it will be up to you to see if it fits your need and how you like the product better compared to maybe Plausible or some other solutions that are out there. If you're using Simple Analytics or a different cookieless solution, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to hear about your experience, and we can keep on learning from each other and work towards a world where Google Analytics doesn't represent 99.99% of the market, but there is a little bit more variety, different solutions for different use cases, more focus on privacy and all of that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.